Well, it's been very interesting and very helpful to the work of the committee. The position is that a number of committee members had had emails from Gibraltar residents with blue ID cards who told us that they were very concerned about the border arrangements, that they were having difficulty getting across, that it appeared that sometimes the Spanish authorities were applying Schengen rules rather inconsistently. So we've come here and we've been to the border, we've seen how close the airport terminal is to the border, and we've seen the practical issues on the ground. And I think coming here and actually seeing the border in operation and seeing how close the Spanish territory is to Gibraltar and how otherwise easy it is to get across, it's given us an understanding of what those problems are, and it will help us with the report that we intend to make to the government.
And of course, it's too soon to say what the report will include, but suffice to say that the issues in Gibraltar are very different to the issues in the UK in the way that they play out. And if we think of that frontier and the importance of it to Gibraltar, whereas the UK is an island and the issues in play there during and leading up to the Brexit vote were very different.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the big takeaway that we're having from this visit. Of course, we were aware of the fact that the Gibraltar economy and that of the neighbouring part of Spain were very closely aligned. But coming here and actually seeing the way that things operate on the ground has been invaluable. But I think the overwhelming impression that we've got is that it's essential to Gibraltar, to its people, to its economy, that border be as fluid and as open as possible. And I know that there are negotiations, I think even today, happening between the UK and Gibraltar on the one side and Spain and the European Union on the other. I'm optimistic that those negotiations will be successful and that we will be seeing that fluid border developing here in Gibraltar.
With that in mind, what would you say to somebody who thinks that actually Gibraltar to a certain extent already has fallen by the wayside? Because Britain has a deal with the EU, Gibraltar doesn't. British citizens have health cover if they travel to Europe. Gibraltarians now don't, despite the fact that there's a lot of fluidity or a lot of movement across that border.
I think that there's no doubt from what I've been told that this is part of the negotiating pressure that the European Union and possibly Spain are attempting to apply to Gibraltar to achieve a conclusion to these negotiations. I'm personally very optimistic that the negotiations will be successful. I've seen the determination of the negotiators, and I actually believe that Gibraltar, once this period is over, can come out of this stronger, having all the advantages of access to the European market and the fluid border arrangements that they want, whilst at the same time being able to take advantage of the new arrangements that the United Kingdom has to trade freely with the rest of the world.